Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
This episode is brought to you by Experian. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use, but can't find the time or energy to cancel them? Experian could cancel unwanted subscriptions for you, saving you an average of $270 per year. And plenty of time. Download the Experian app. Results will vary. Not all subscriptions are eligible. Savings are not guaranteed. Paid membership with connected payment account required.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 2253, 3 Ways to Slow Down and Soak It All In, by Harrington of Life and Whim.com. Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us once again on ORD. I'm your host and narrator, Greg Audino, and this is where I read to you each day about different parts of relationship building, adding some of my own commentary as well. On Thursdays and Fridays, we cover parenting content, and we will be doing the same today. Though I think you'll find that this post can be applied to different relationships too, not just parent-child. So listen closely as we dive in now and optimize your life. 3 Ways to Slow Down and Soak It All In, by Harrington of lifeandwhim.com. I walked into my house on Sunday, grocery bags hanging from my arms, earbuds dangling from my head. I was busy and distracted as I glanced out the back window and saw my wife, Heather, sitting on the back deck. Except it wasn't Heather. It was my 7-year-old daughter. And from the view I had, with her light brown hair pulled back in a ponytail, I mistook her for Heather. This stuck with me because it's the first time it's happened. I guess I knew it was coming, but maybe not so soon. That moment where your child reminds you more of a teenager than she does a toddler. And it came at a time when I've been struggling a bit with the fact that I haven't felt as dialed in as I should be as a father. It's not that I haven't been spending a lot of time with my kids. I have. We work from home, and while our kids are in camp during a good deal of the summer, there's often only a short window of time where Heather and I have time for focused, undistracted work during the day. I'm not complaining about this setup. It's one of our choosing, and it allows us to be more free and flexible with our time. But for me at least, it also creates a circumstance where I'm often straddling the line between work and family. Never fully engaged and never fully withdrawn. Busy working and parenting, but not feeling like I'm doing either very well. Time and attention are not the same thing. Now, it's easy for me to dismiss these feelings. I rationalize that my busyness is just a phase, and that there is a light-filled gateway over the horizon that will lead to a more balanced existence. It's a tough age with the kids, and work is just really busy right now, are things I tell myself. I just need to get through this period, I delude myself. And then moments happen, like mistaking my daughter for my wife, that make me realize that the passage of time is not what cures the problem, it's what exacerbates it. Instead of recognizing that busyness is a numbing behavior used to suppress an underlying problem, I elevate it to a badge of honor and hide behind my to-do list. Enough. Time goes too fast. Life marches on whether you're living reactively or intentionally. Too often I find myself busy without a particular cause. Only 2 weeks left before school starts up here in Michigan. It's time to hit pause. Pause for self-care. Having been through this before, I've come to learn that giving more of myself to my family starts with taking better care of myself. If I'm not in a good place, then I can't be there for them either. I have a tendency to fall victim to superhero syndrome, a belief that I can do everything and just power through. But of course I can't, and cracks begin to form. It's at these moments, when it feels like the answer lies in doing more, that it's most important to pause, reflect, and take care of yourself first. It may sound paradoxical that the key to being a better parent, spouse, sibling, or friend is to focus more on yourself. Remember, though, that the objective is not merely spending more time with those we care about, but more quality time. We all have different ways to recharge, refuel, and reboot. For some, it's climbing a mountain. For others, it's sitting quietly and meditating. For still others, it's a ruckus weekend away with friends. Here are 3 things that help me hit pause and get a better grip on things when busyness takes over. Number 1, making sure my buckets are full. Jonathan Fields wrote a great book called How to Live a Good Life, in which he encourages readers to keep their good life buckets full. The buckets include vitality, focus on the mind and body, connection, focus on relationships, and contribution, how you contribute to the world. As Fields explains, quote, "The goal with the good life buckets is simple. Do something every day to fill each one. Keep all 3 as close to full as possible. The nearer any one bucket gets to empty, the more pain you feel. All 3 run dry, you die, figuratively and literally." This model, simple as it sounds, is fiercely effective, practical, and powerful. End quote. The point is that every decision we make, or fail to make, has consequences. Too much focus on one thing means not enough on something else. Understanding that my ability to develop relationships and make a positive contribution is dependent on my ability to stay vital and healthy seems obvious, but it is a reminder I need to keep top of mind. Number 2, finding new adventures outside. When I'm sitting at home, with my phone and computer nearby, it's very easy for me to focus on what's happened in the past, or is going to happen in the future. But when I'm outside, walking a trail or watching a sunset, it's nearly impossible to be anywhere but in the moment. For me, it's the chance to take a breath, decompress, and get back to taking care of my family with the knowledge that I've taken a few moments to take care of myself too. And number 3, journaling. Despite its many benefits, I've struggled to make journaling a consistent habit. It's something I typically come back to when I'm trying to sort things out in my head. Journaling helps me to do a brain dump. I write down everything on my mind until there's nothing left. When I'm busy, my mind races with things I have to do, people I have to talk to, and places I have to be, leaving little room for much else. Journaling helps to free and quiet my mind so I can relax, let go, and enjoy the moment. There's no silver bullet for busyness. It often creeps back into our lives slowly and insidiously. The key is to recognize it and not become numb to it. Grab back your time and attention and plan some great end-of-summer adventures with your family. You'll never get a second chance to live this one moment. You just listened to the post titled 3 Ways to Slow Down and Soak It All In by Jay Harrington of lifeandwhim.com, and I'll be back in a minute with my commentary.
How do you feel great on vacation? Like really good? Easy. You go to Aruba. You'll spend your time relaxing on cool white sand beaches and floating in healing blue water. You'll immerse yourself in natural wonder and find your center on an island where things move at your speed. You won't just feel great, you'll feel relaxed, renewed, and ready for life. That's the Aruba effect. Plan your trip at aruba.com.
And thank you so much to Jay for this post today, one that I'm sure got many of you feeling a little teary-eyed, or maybe feeling a sense of regret or urgency to spend as much time as possible with your kids, or whatever relationship this article might have reminded you of. It's important to remember that sometimes all you can have is your efforts. And especially if your kids are a bit older, independence and time spent with their peers is of vital importance for them. So not every attempt you make to find time together will be successful, and that's okay. It's really important to allow this and to accommodate and recognize that honoring your kids' desires can oftentimes, do more for your relationship with them than doing things together. When the lessons from an article like this fail us is when the urgency gets so bad that we try to force the quality time and get frustrated if our kids or whomever aren't always willing to cooperate. So that's something to watch out for. All right, so some things to keep in mind. I will leave you to it now as we wrap up another episode. Thank you so much for being here and contemplating this content with me. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you for another parenting article tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.